it's got pictures too. And some of the pictures are depicting the same stuff as the three-dimensional model. So first off, what the heck is this?
It's a uterus and an ovary and a fallopian tube.
Right, it's a uterus and a right ovary. And you've got a little bit of the vagina here. You can see the rugae inside it, the wrinkles. And here's the cervix external os. This is the cervical canal. And here is the internal os of the cervix. This would be the body of the uterus. And the rounded top up here is the fundus of the uterus. Coming out on the other side, you can see her left oviduct and her left ovarian ligament. There's an ovarian ligament that holds the ovary in place. And here's the oviduct that brings eggs back from it. So here we've got follicles in different stages of development. And I don't think y'all have to know those for the lab test, just for the unit test. I bet you know what that is, though. Corpus luteum, the yellow body, and that's the corpus albicans, which forms from it. And these are just follicles in different stages. You can see the oocytes inside. And what did this one just do? It ruptured, it ovulated. And apparently she has copulated recently, and there are sperm in there. And they are jumping all over that there oocyte. That one's successful. At that point, the proteins around the oocyte cross-link to keep any further sperm from getting in. Y'all know the zygote is supposed to be diploid, not triploid. So if another sperm gets in, disaster. Kills it. So this would be a zygote, I reckon. Looks like one cell. The sperm are gone. This would be a 2-cell stage, 4-cell stage, 8-cell stage. A word we can use for any of those is a morula. So a general term for a solid ball of cells is a morula. Here's the same sort of stuff in 2 dimensions. This is a primary oocyte. How do I know? Because it's still got its polar body inside it. Wait, no, I reckon that's supposed to be a secondary oocyte, because that's the second polar body, hadn't been kicked out yet. I can tell by the chromosomes there. So let's call this secondary oocyte. And this one is actually, does it still have a polar body? I don't think so. I believe we could call this an egg cell in sperm. So here is a fertilized egg, but fertilization isn't over yet. We've still got a male pronucleus and a female pronucleus. Until they get together, fertilization isn't complete, and it's not a zygote. So a zygote is actually not pictured here. They jump from the binucleate stage all the way to the 2-cell stage and the 4-cell stage. What was that M word again? Morula. Morula, which is like a Latin word for mulberry. Y'all ever seen a mulberry? Looks like a blackberry or dewberry. It grows on a tree, and it's got all those little fruitlets stuck together. So you can see how that was. Once you get beyond that, and there's a space inside, we call it a blastula then. That's a blastula. In mammals, the word blastocyst is used. Because in us, there's a certain kind of division. There's an inner cell mass, which is going to make the baby. And then there's all of this here trophoblast, which is going to make the placenta. So in terms of this stuff, that's what you've got arriving in the uterus there. That is a blastocyst that hasn't yet implanted. And here's a blastocyst that has. It has implanted in mom's endometrium and ready to start development. Oh, parts I didn't show you. In the oviduct, there's a narrow isthmus and a widening ampulla. The ampulla broadens out into that open end, which is called infundibulum, and the infundibulum bears lots of little fingers. You can't really see them except from where I am, and each one's called fimbriae. So imagine this. These are the fimbriae. They can't move, but the cilia on them can. And the opening right here, That's the opening to the oviduct where the egg has to get in at.